Are you ready?
Ready.
All right, let's go. Kevin here, top 1 financial advisor and best-selling author. We are here to talk about the stock market. Insider buying might be one of the most interesting investing tactics that actually works. So we're gonna go ahead and get into it, but before we do, remember yesterday's video we talked about Amazon. I said that today on Friday it was going to trade on a share adjusted basis. It actually trades on a share adjusted basis on Monday, but today the stock split did occur. So if you go and look at your app, I got a warning when I opened up public, and I got some emails from other apps that said, hey, this thing happened. On Mondays when you should see the share change. So it's in the description, just to clarify, but want to make sure that, when I'm wrong or slightly inaccurate, that I correct it as soon as I can. Okay? All right, now, going into insider buying. So, wake up this morning, get my daughter dressed, get my son dressed, but he pretty much dresses himself at this point, and I'm listening to the news, and I hear about CNBC. And they said that, or here on CNBC rather, that insider buying has picked up for the month of May. What are insiders? Insiders are people who generally own 10% or more of any individual company. They're required to tell the SEC, Securities and Exchange Commission, when they buy and sell shares. They have to disclose that, and that is to discourage a lot of these people who have way more information than we do by trying to trade on that information and make a lot of money and get out of certain situations without letting us, the rest of the world, the rest of investors, know about it. For example, we knew when Elon Musk was going to sell shares of Tesla. He had to report it. We all knew about it, and we all acted accordingly. He also said it on Twitter as well, but he's required to do that. Anybody, you own 10% or more, you have to disclose this type of stuff. And I am someone who loves to pay attention to where not just insiders, but really just institutions is what I pay most attention to. Is where is Vanguard buying? Where is Vanguard selling? Because they have trillions of dollars, and where they put their money does matter, and it matters a lot because what they do pushes the market in one way or another. Insiders are a little bit different because they may be the CEO of the company. They run the company. And while you can track what people buy and sell, these insiders in any case, you can track what they buy and sell, but there are a bunch of reasons why you might sell a stock even if you're an insider. It could be for tax reasons. It could be because you're buying a property. It could be because you're paying for your kids' college. It could be because you're just diversifying a little bit and say, look, I've got $15 million of Starbucks. Let me just bring this down a little bit and go buy me something else so I can even things out. You can't really tell much by selling. That's the case here. However, you can tell by buying. And essentially, and this is a quote from Peter Lynch, it's only one reason why you're going to buy a stock, especially if you're an insider. If you work at Starbucks, I keep saying Starbucks for a reason. You're going to find out here in a second. But if you keep buying shares of Starbucks and you work at Starbucks and you're the CEO, it's because you think something good is about to happen. You think that this is a good time to buy because you see value in the company. Now, I say that because the CEO, the interim CEO of Starbucks, did buy $15 million of Starbucks shares not too long ago. And if you actually pull up the entire report, you'll see that on the day that he bought, the stock has been up and hadn't really come back down since. Now, it's early, it wasn't that long ago, and I'll make sure that I put that chart there as well, but that's something to know. But here's the thing. So again, I watched this must have been, I don't know, 7:12 in the morning, whatever time I decided to listen to the news. Either it's sports or it's going to be the stock market, whatever. But in either case, I was listening to it and I got real curious. How much does this really matter? Like, it sounds great. If I could watch the CEO of Microsoft or Netflix or whatever company, and I start to see them buy, I might want to hop into it, right? They're always going to know more information than me. They work there, right? I don't. And here's the thing. There's actually a 2003 study, I think this was done by Yale, that shows that insider buying actually outperforms the overall stock market by 11.2% per year. That's a lot of money. Okay, so we're not talking about that's just the gain. I said outperforms by 11%. So if the stock market gets you 7, insider buying gonna get you like 18. That's not bad. Now the good thing here is this. You can track insider buying, and it is totally legal to do so. Now the question is it cumbersome to do so? Is it difficult to do so? There are some platforms out there, and I'm going to explore all of these probably in a separate video. If you want me to, feel free to let me know. Y'all run this channel, not me. So you can go to Edgar. That's an acronym, SEC. So the Securities and Exchange Commission. Type in Edgar, and you're able to find what is called the form. I think it's Form 4. I think it's the name of it, and you'll start to see individual forms of who is buying these stocks and how much they're buying and or selling. Now the same 2003 study said that insider selling didn't really tell you all that much. That wasn't necessarily profitable. So if you sell when they sell, that's not really a sign for you to get out of that particular stock, because again, they could be doing it for tax reasons, they could be doing it for diversification, buying a yacht, right? It could be for a whole bunch of different reasons, or in Elon's case, buying Twitter. Right, so there are a bunch of reasons as to why someone would sell, but only one reason why they would buy. And I'm adding this to my toolkit. I'm adding this to not my actual course, the investor toolkit, though I probably should. But what I'm going to do is add this to my personal toolkit of tools and things just to look out for. Because if they are buying, again, studies have shown, which is what I like to rely on, and research has shown that usually when they do, they are right more often than not and have outperformed the stock market for a number of years now. So I think it's a really interesting thing. Now, again, Edgar is probably I don't know if I want to call it the most comprehensive source. That is the main source of where they have to file with the Securities and Exchange Commission. There are a list of other sites. I think Forbes has one. I know Finviz, FINVIZ has one. I checked it out this morning. I wasn't really in love with it, so I've got to go around and play and find out which one of these sources do I like the absolute most. But just to throw it out there, like, hey, it does matter, it does mean something, and it may help you to make a decision or make a better decision when it comes to investing. The last thing I will say that I learned from the news this morning, which makes a lot of sense, but insider buying peaked, insider selling peaked near September of last year, which if you remember, if you go back to those videos, the market was down significantly in September and October, and then picked up a little bit in November and December. One of those reasons because all these insiders were selling. They were getting rid of their stocks, which, from September to now, with the exception of the last week, hadn't been all that great, and that is a part of it. There was something that they may have known. Again, you don't always know when they sell, but there's something they may have known that said, look, we need to get out. Well, in May of this year, insider buying picked up for the first time in a while, and it's not necessarily setting records, not the highest ever, but this is one of the first times where you had thousands of buyers, insider buyers. These are people who own 10% or more of these public companies. So we're talking tens of millions of dollars per person. Right, the Starbucks CEO is one person with $15 million, just one. And I think they said it was around 1,700 or so. So in either case, you've got billions of dollars going into the market from people who are well informed about their companies getting back into the market. So this does not mean, I don't believe that this means that this is the bottom of the stock market or anything like that. But what it does mean is that they are looking at something, and remember, they sit on the board, they run these companies, they know something, and they are looking to buy. Now, the question is, what companies are they buying, right? Who are these people? What are they buying? And what is it that we can glean from that? So as I learn more information about it, I'll let y'all know what websites and tools I like once I kind of get my hands down into it. But I did find and pull the CEO's, I think it was Howard Schultz, if I remember his name correctly. I did find his on Edgar relatively easily. You can just Google, stock symbol, Edgar, Form 4. And it's going to pull up for this year. Type in 2022 unless you want old ones. You can also find this under investor relations for any company that you're looking at too. I think I saw one for Ford. I think one guy was selling shares. I was like, whatever, right? You can't tell much from selling. You learn more from buying. So that's just one way, either Edgar or investor relations. Those are the two that I'm most familiar with now. But I got some time over this weekend. So I will be doing more. So that is it for me today. We got more breakdowns coming out. If you are a student in cram sessions, I owe you 2 videos. Those will be done. I'm trying to narrow down which 2 companies we want to cover. If you are a part of the exclusive membership, Palantir should be ready for this weekend too. So we're going to break that down as well. If you have any other questions or things that you want me to talk about and break down, feel free to drop that in the comments below. All right, that's it for me. I'll talk to you later.